Sporting president Varandas rejects Arsenal's latest €65 million bid for striker Gyökeres. Sporting president Varandas rejects Arsenal's latest €65 million bid for striker Gyökeres. Sporting Lisbon president Frederico Varandas has rejected Arsenal's latest bid for striker Victor Gyokeres. The Gunners are closing in on a move for Gyökeres, who has scored 97 goals in 102 games since joining Sporting Lisbon back in 2023. The Swedish international has been linked with both Arsenal and Manchester United in recent months, but it looks like the Red Devils' interest has died down. Arsenal are pushing to strike a deal for Gyökeres, but their recent bid is wide off the mark as the Portuguese side try to get it the best price possible for the 27-year-old who is in his prime. Speaking on his YouTube channel on Monday afternoon, journalist Fabrizio Romano confirmed Varandas had rejected the deal as negotiations stall. There was a new contact last night between Arsenal and Sporting to try to accelerate and close the deal on the transfer fee package, and so club to club with Sporting. But Sporting and their president, Frederico Varandas, are still not accepting the final details of the proposal made by Arsenal. It doesn't mean that it's over, but obviously I don't want to give you a feeling of a negative update, but it's part of the negotiation. So yesterday there was a new club-to-club contact, and Sporting are insisting on €70 million fixed fee, while Arsenal were starting at €65 million plus add-ons. Sporting wants €76 million. So that's the position of the club. Arsenal have signed two new players so far this summer in Kepa Arrizabalaga from Chelsea and midfielder Martin Zubimendi from Real Sociedad. Gyökeres could be their third summer signing, but the club must up their bid to match Sporting's demands, or manager Mikel Arteta could head into the season without a world-class striker. Manchester United outcasts hold up Bryan Mbeumo transfer as risky Ruben Amorim ban could backfire. Ruben Amorim's plan to banish the Manchester United rebels and outcasts could blow up in his face as they hold the cards to the Red Devils transfer window and are scuppering the Bryan Mbeumo deal. Ruben Amorim's man UTD outcasts hold the cards to the transfer window. Ruben Amorim will feel like he's having the last laugh on those Manchester United rebels who want to leave. Ansto, blocking them from returning to training because he can't stand the sight of them is a bold move. And it's a brave one too, because it's also one now in danger of blowing up in his face. The Portuguese is becoming increasingly frustrated with the summer so far. If he's not careful, he will discover to his cost that the likes of Marcus Rashford Co. will be laughing the loudest and longest. Rashford, along with Jadon Sancho, Antony and Alejandro Garnacho, were not welcome back at Carrington when the squad returned for preseason training today, Monday. The official line is United want to give them more time to resolve their futures, and time is what this lot have. The transfer window doesn't close until August. In the meantime, Rashford and his band of not-so-merry men can hang around picking up combined wages of £750 a week without having to lift much more than their mobile phones, let alone a finger. Bryan Mbeumo's man UTD move has hit a stalemate. A quick call to their respective agent just to see if there is an escape route in the offing. If not, then all of them can sit tight and wait for the right club to come along. And in the process, put the brakes on Amorim plans to sign their replacements. It's no secret United have to sell before Amorim can buy. An exception was made with Matheus Cunha, but United no longer have that well of cash to dip into as and when they choose. Man UTD want to offload both Marcus Rashford and Jadon Sancho. It has run dry due to a combination of overspending in the past, meeting financial regulations now, and the reluctance of co-owner Sir Jim Ratcliffe to repeat costly mistakes. United have made two bids for Bryan Mbeumo, but Brentford want more. United can't deliver more, or don't want to, hence the stalemate between them and Brentford. Antony and Alejandro Garnacho are also on the chopping board, and this will become a common and frustrating theme for Amorim until the fire sale he has planned gets ignited. But those star names he once shut off continue to hold the matches. The power and control rests with them. The Portuguese coach should be applauded for not accepting nonsense from the quartet, but he also has to accept that such a hardline approach could have consequences he might not like. And the more desperate United look, the lower the value of these outcasts becomes. Jamal Musiala injury leaves Julian Nagelsmann in shock as Germany and Bayern Munich star ruled out for several months after Gianluigi Donnarumma collision. Julian Nagelsmann says he was in shock after seeing Jamal Musiala's horrific injury as the Bayern Munich star has been ruled out for months. Musiala stretchered off in Club WC clash. Bayern confirmed fractured fibula. Surgery required. Germany lose midfield star for qualifiers. What happened? During Bayern's Club World Cup quarterfinal against Paris Saint-Germain in Atlanta, Musiala collided with Paris Saint-Germain goalkeeper Gianluigi Donnarumma and sustained a broken fibula and an ankle injury. He was stretchered off in tears, and Bayern later confirmed that the 22-year-old will undergo surgery and be sidelined for several months. It was his first start since returning from a muscle issue, making the timing especially cruel. The bigger picture. The injury is not just a blow to the Bavarians, who were eliminated from the Club World Cup, but also to Germany's 2026 World Cup campaign. Musiala, seen as one half of Germany's creative future alongside Florian Wirtz, will likely miss the remaining World Cup qualifiers to be played this year. German coach Nagelsmann now faces a major challenge in navigating qualification without his star playmaker and felt a huge shock after the injury. What Julian Nagelsmann said: Nagelsmann reacted with deep concern after the setback, offering strong words of support for the Bayern star. He said, "Jamal's injury is a huge shock for all of us. He had only just fought his way back onto the pitch following his muscle injury. Our thoughts are with him. Jamal can count on the support of all of us in the national team. We wish him all the best for the operation and a good and speedy recovery. That's the most important thing right now." What next for Musiala in Germany? Musiala is most likely to miss 6 international fixtures through the rest of 2025, including crucial qualifiers against Slovakia, Northern Ireland, and Luxembourg. Germany will have to rely more heavily on players like Wirtz, who himself has struggled with injuries. Nagelsmann's focus will now shift to ensuring qualification without his midfield linchpin, while hoping Musiala can return to fitness in time to be part of the pre-World Cup preparations in 2026. Jeremy Frimpong looks ready to make instant impact at Liverpool after being spotted training hard. Liverpool are due to return to preseason training next week under the enormous weight of Diogo Jota's tragic death. Jota was in the process of making his way back to Merseyside when the car he was traveling in caught a flat tire and crashed. Both he and his brother, Andre Silva, were killed. As a result, Liverpool will have one space in the dressing room missing when they come back to the AXA training center. The pain of that fact will not go away anytime soon. The thoughts of every Liverpool supporter are with those closest to Jota in the wake of the tragic death of he and his brother. The Liverpool squad are certain to be deeply affected too, and at the moment it is difficult to see what preseason will look like. Nevertheless, it has been confirmed that Liverpool will regroup on the 8th of July ahead of their summer schedule. One of the players who will join up for the first time is Jeremy Frimpong, who has been spotted working hard ahead of his first day as a Liverpool player. Jeremy Frimpong, working hard ahead of Liverpool's start. For new players like Frimpong, Florian Wirtz and Milos Gyökeres, it may now become harder to assimilate and settle in at Liverpool. The mood around the club is as dark as it possibly could be, and the knock-on effect of that could have an impact on those new signings. However, Frimpong is clearly working hard to make sure he is in the best possible shape on his first day on the job. As personal one-to-one football coach Kwaku Oheming posted on his Instagram stories on Saturday, the 24-year-old is undertaking intensive training before joining up with his new teammates. Frimpong could be seen running drills in a park in Wilmslow, Cheshire, and it is fair to say that the former Bayer Leverkusen man looks primed and ready for action. Frimpong's pace can be seen up close in the video, with his touch and finishing skills also looking mightily sharp. A dark cloud is certain to hang over Liverpool's preseason, and perhaps even for plenty of the campaign to come. But Frimpong looks ready to make his mark nonetheless. Difficult for Frimpong and new signings. While the thoughts of everyone should be with Jota and Silva's family first and foremost at this heartbreaking time, spare a thought for Frimpong and his fellow new signings as well. The Liverpool squad will be grieving together. They all knew Jota inside and out, with most of them playing with him for 2 years or more. To come in from outside of that, in brand new surroundings, is going to be hard for Frimpong, Wirtz, and Gyökeres. They will need plenty of help. Frimpong seems like a confident man though, and it will be vital to him to have the support of his close friend Wirtz. Under normal circumstances, Frimpong looks like he'd be ready to take the club by storm in his first weeks. In these desperate times, it may take a little longer. Either way, the Netherlands international looks like making a mark will not be difficult for him. Arsenal sent new Victor Gyokeres transfer comments after breakthrough as terms agreed. Arsenal have stepped up their interest in Sporting CP striker Victor Gyökeres, and he has been back to transform them into serious title contenders. Victor Gyökeres celebrates after scoring a goal for Sporting CP. The arrival of Victor Gyökeres would put Arsenal on level terms with Liverpool and Manchester City in the Premier League title race, according to Alan Pardew, who has given his backing to the move. Arsenal have significantly stepped up their transfer activity this week, securing the signing of goalkeeper Kepa Arrizabalaga, while midfielder Martin Zubimendi has finally been unveiled. The Gunners aren't expected to stop there, with links to Sporting CP striker Gyökeres and Chelsea's Noni Madueke continuing to gather pace. The North London club had long been linked with RB Leipzig's Benjamin Sesko, but it now appears their full attention has turned to Gyökeres, with negotiations reportedly progressing quickly and personal terms agreed. Should a deal worth up to £69 million be completed, Pardew believes the Sweden international would elevate Arsenal to the level required to seriously challenge their rivals for major honors. Mikel Arteta's side have come agonizingly close to silverware in recent seasons, but have struggled to get over the line. One key ingredient they've been missing is a clinical, ruthless, and a physical goal scorer, all qualities Gyökeres would undoubtedly bring. The one thing I like about Gyökeres, apart from the fact he's a natural goal scorer, which we all know Arsenal are desperate for, is that his fitness record is good, Pardew told TalkSport. He's a robust character. I watched him play a lot of times for Coventry. He's a strong, physical specimen. He's good with the ball, into feet. He's good in the air. That bodes well because it would still be a problem for Arsenal when he's not fit. With the quality that Arsenal have got in terms of creating, he's going to get chance after chance after chance. You've only got to look at his record to suggest that it doesn't matter what level he's at. If he gets chances, he's going to take them. If they can get that over the line, it would put them on a level playing field with Liverpool and Manchester City. Martin Zubimendi's shirt number could hint towards next Arsenal transfer. Latest Arsenal transfer news, as Martin Zubimendi's signing is confirmed by the club, with his squad number hinting at potential further activity in the summer market. Martin Zubimendi has completed his transfer to Arsenal. Martin Zubimendi is now an Arsenal player, but one key detail confirmed in his transfer from Real Sociedad could create a knock-on for one existing star. As Football.London reported, months of negotiations have culminated in the successful capture of Zubimendi. Even with Real Madrid popping up late in the process, the Spanish midfielder had agreed his switch 3 months prior, and nothing was changing his trajectory. Once I made the decision to leave, I set my sights on Arsenal because I think their style of play is a good fit for me, said the 26-year-old at his unveiling. It's a young, highly motivated and ambitious team. They have shown their potential recently, and I believe the best is yet to come. As soon as you set foot here, you realize how big this club and this team are. Andrea, Berta, and Mikel Arteta took excellent care of me, leaving me with no doubts whatsoever. This is a huge moment in my career. It's the move I was looking for, one I wanted to make. Of course, it's a big change, but I'm ready to get started. Mikel Arteta has his man, ready to fit right in for the start of preseason on Monday, July 7th, with one eye on a possible club debut in the first friendly of the summer versus AC Milan on July 23rd. And with his arrival, it has already been confirmed, Zubimendi is to wear the squad number 36 upon his back whilst playing for the club. Martin Zubimendi sees his name and squad number on the back of an Arsenal shirt for the first time. The Spanish international had worn the number 4 shirt at Real Sociedad, but that is not an option at Arsenal because it is already occupied by defender Ben White. Still, no .36 holds significance for Zubimendi, as it is the one he wore after he first broke into his former club's senior team in 2018-19. Through to the end of the 2020-21 campaign. For Arsenal, it has not been a number typically occupied, However, it was actually used by 19-year-old goalkeeper Tommy Setford in his breakthrough season at the Emirates Stadium last year. Setford arrived with the Gunners from AFC Ajax's academy in July 2024, the deal being worth around €1 million, pound 860K. He was given the No.36 for his professional debut, which came a lot sooner than expected. David Raya was rested, in last season's loanee backup NATO being cup-tied. The teenager was thrust into Arteta's side at Deepdale, and he kept a clean sheet in that 3-0 Carabao Cup win versus Preston North End. The majority of Setford's minutes last term came playing for the academy's teams. Now approaching the new season, a new plan of action must be decided. Zubimendi having no .36 would mean he would have to be allocated a new squad number if he is to stay. Otherwise, there is the option of completing a loan switch for the season to gain valuable experience. Arteta is well stocked in the department, with Premier League Golden Glove winner Raya now backed up by £5 million signing Kepa Arrizabalaga. Amongst the younger contingent who can act as reserve are Karl Hein and Jack Porter, the latter also trusted in the Carabao Cup last season.